how I feel when only person who can stop you is the man in the mirror. When you look down at your wrists and you see money. When you look at your shoes and you see money. When that scarf on your neck means money.
This is Zip Squad, bitch.
Burberry scars, shrimp and Perry on. Living like a comet, moving amongst the stars. $100,000 sports cars, silk massage, menage a trois. Yes, I've been a boss. Burberry scars, shrimp and Perry on. Living like a comet, moving amongst the stars. $100,000 sports cars, silk massage, menage a trois.
Yes, I've been a boss.
Damn straight. Ladies and gentlemen.
Up? What in the
Welcome
hell? The trio.
Right. Rarely happens anymore, y'all. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Island of Relevancy. Welcome back to the Bloodline Network. And of course, welcome back to Top Rope Wrestling Talk. And yes, once again, it's me, not DDP, but the greatest prediction champ in wrestling podcast history. I am your producer, your soundboard, by God extraordinaire, the jack of all trades, the master of absolutely none, the one, the only, and thanks to Circle of Debate, I am now the notorious D.O.L. Damn, that felt good. Glad to have everybody back. Glad to be here. De Niro's stealing my thunder, but he's an ECW Mark II. Let's fuck. And of course, joining me as practically always is the First Lady of Top Rope Wrestling Talk. She is the whole ass vibe. The ninth wonder of the podcasting world, because we don't treat her like a woman, but at least one of the people on top of this screen tries not to treat her like a man.
I definitely do.
She is everyone's favorite and Latina heat herself, Grandma Wendy.
If you're not cheating, you're not trying. We lie, we cheat, we steal. We lie, we cheat, we steal. Mama, sit down.
Hey,
You know what?
what's good, y'all?
Grandma, we love you. And happy birthday to Grandma Wendy.
Thank
While we're at it,
you.
let me just take a break from all the usual ruckus to say happy birthday. We love you. We're glad you enjoyed it.
Thank you. 37 years young.
What do you like? What do you like? 18 now?
Shut up. Shut up, I can legally drink.
I can legally drink.
Shout out to Justin and thank you for nicknaming me the notorious D.O.M. I love that shit. I love you, homie. Check him out when you get a chance. Oh, El Presidente is in the building, and she's saying he's saying happy birthday to Mommy Wendy.
Thank you, my love.
All right. Back to the introductions as we derail already. Yes, last week's episode was great. Grandma and I had a ton of fun, but I think she'd agree it didn't feel complete because we didn't have the founder of Top Rope Wrestling Talk. He is the man, the myth, the biggest MJF mark you will ever fucking meet.
Yeah.
He is badass, but he is also high class. The one and only Bruce. Damn, I didn't even have to say get them ones up. There you go, G.
Yes, I am.
And he knows it.
Yes, I do. That delay never gets old.
See?
Never.
Now, before I hand the reins back to Brucey, I have to apologize for last week. We had a question from Chris, who is a great man and a great fan and a great admin, and we didn't think about it until the very end of the show. So I can't leave things unfinished. Chris had a question, And we are going to answer that question as a threesome, as a death triangle, as the best friends right
As a
now.
trio.
Okay. And the question was, as I read a quote from Tommy Dreamer where he said he wants to go into the WWE Hall of Fame next year, which, as we know, is the old stomping grounds of Dom. Yeah, guilty. So here's my question: do you think there will come a time where not just a person, team, or group could be inducted, but what about a whole company? What if, to celebrate Mania being in Philadelphia, ECW was inducted?
Okay.
Bruce.
I guess I'll go first. I was kind of getting ready to talk, and I was like, well, who's he gonna call on?
Go for it.
I
You had the
don't.
week off. You're fresh.
Here's
Go.
here's the thing. Here's the thing. I don't see them inducting an entire company. And I think if they do, their first entire company will be something like the WWF. You know what I mean? It'd be something along those lines. It wouldn't be ECW as the first, but I could see Paul Heyman being inducted into the Hall of Fame next year in Philly. I could see that happening. As far as anyone, I could see maybe Taz going in.
Okay.
But as far as ECW as a company, no, I see an older company being the first entire company inducted into the Hall of Fame. But that's just how I feel. But we will see someone from the original ECW inducted into the Hall of Fame next year. Absolutely, 100%.
Okay. And yes, this is also why he's better than you, and you know it. Now he's trying to blow Brucey's head up. Way to go, Mr. President. Streets, what's happening?
Thanks, Ivan.
De Niro says, shout out to Top Rope's ECW Hall of Fame episode. You were on that, and it's Hall of Hardcore, my friend. Remember that one. And helping us to determine the inductees into the Hall of Hardcore is this lady right here. So, Grandma, do you think it would be fitting for ECW to be inducted in Philly?
I think it would be awesome if it happened, but I have to agree with Bruce. I don't see it happening. I do want it to because that would be really fucking awesome. But very minimally, they should at least induct the mastermind behind it, Paul Heyman, for ECW, and just acknowledge the greatness that is Paul Heyman. Like he without him, we wouldn't have so many stars. There wouldn't even be a Stone Cold for fuck's sake. Because let's not forget, Bischoff fired Steve Austin, and he was like, "I need somewhere to hang out." And Heyman was like, "Hang out with us." Did he wrestle a day with Heyman? No, he just cut random ass promos just because.
He had a couple matches.
He perfected the promo in ECW. Is exactly
he shaved his head.
he did.
He shaved his head bald and started drinking beer in ECW.
Without Heyman, there wouldn't be a lot of stars. Without Heyman, I don't think it would have taken too long to get hardcore wrestling out like it's been. And yeah, it's gone up and down, and it's having a bit of a resurgence with GCW now. But I see Heyman as the forefather of it. And at the very least, if you're not going to induct the whole ass ECW, induct Heyman.
Okay.
Induct the wise man.
Well, of course. I mean, you have to put the last ECW champ, Ezekiel Jackson, into the Hall of Fame.
That dude was such. I am so disappointed in what, and yeah, he turned out to be nothing. Like I was so disappointed. I was like, I was expecting him to be what Big E became.
Yeah. And notice how I got through that whole statement without laughing. That took a lot. But I kind of think, of course, I'm a mark. Would I want to see him in Philly get inducted into the Hall of Fame? Yes. Beyond yes. A billion times over. Yes. I think Wendy's onto something. I think you do kind of a two-part package at the same time. You induct Paul Heyman and ECW, and Paul does the whole thing.
Yes.
Paul comes out, gives a Hall of Fame speech, and then goes into ECW. And maybe, yeah, if you
And
want to
even if
bring
the
Taz
EC dub guy,
or
I'm sorry to interrupt, but even if there were some EC dub guys that were there and just, on the stage with him, not exactly saying a thing or two, have Heyman give his speech and have them just be there as representatives of ECW, that'd be cool too. I'd fucks with that.
yeah, like he does his Hall of Fame speech, then he inducts ECW, and then you get guys like G is talking about, Heyman with RVD, maybe Dreamer, the BWO. They're
Of
taking
course,
over.
can't forget the BWO.
Francine Beulah, the Taz, the list goes on and on and on. And
I
then we
would like
just
to see
segue into
Sabu
that.
get inducted.
Yes. Oh my God, yes. Super gloomy and put me back in the ring, Sabu.
Sabu, Taz,
Mhm.
the
Fuck yes.
franchise. The
I don't see
franchise
Taz.
going into the Hall of Fame.
Right now, I don't see Taz being inducted because AEW.
No,
Plain
I
and
mean,
simple.
I was just throwing one of the top names out there.
And even De
Yeah.
Niro
No,
saying
I know
shit.
what you mean. But
I'd say induct
it's
Todd Gordon. Holy
disappointing.
fuck.
It's disappointing knowing that because he's with AEW, they wouldn't induct him. Or probably they wouldn't even invite him.
What are you talking about? They inducted DX and Billy Gunn showed up.
No, he didn't show up.
Yeah, he did. He was there
Did
because
he? I don't remember.
because they were making fun of AEW. That's when Triple H called it a pissant company.
You might be
Yeah.
right on that one. I can't quite
Yeah.
recall.
I
I
think
remember
you
the
are.
last DX thing he did
I
show up
know
and
I'm
Kurt
right.
Angle did, but I can't remember the Hall of Fame one. So
Oh, that's right.
yes,
That's right. My
you
apologies.
know who
My
belongs in
apologies.
the Hall of Fame? Right there, Joey fucking Styles.
Yes.
That man,
Yes.
that man is legendary. The only man to call
1000%.
3-4 hour pay-per-views by himself.
Yep. Also, my
No.
apologies. You were right, Bruce. You
I
were
know.
right. He was
It's
there.
okay. It's okay. I'll accept
Okay,
your
so he was
apology
there.
this time, but don't let it happen again.
Never again, sir. Never again. My apologies. My apologies.
I really think it's something they could do in Philly to kind of pop the locals and get more crowded. But Chris asked the question. I wanted to answer the
Yes.
question. Wendy and I completely forgot about the question until the very end of the
We
show.
did.
So I apologize, but we are all about our fans. We are even bringing back the way back when review next week.
Oh, I had something big I was gonna say about this at the end of the show.
But you're gonna have to wait till the end to get all the details. Stay tuned, folks.
Yes.
Put a pin in it.
Spoiler
We're
/
gonna go right back
teaser.
down.
Now,
Teaser.
I have said everything I needed to say. I have covered my entire shift from last week, boys, and I'm including Wendy in this.
Oh, what do you guys want to talk about?
You want to know what I want to talk about?
What do you want to talk about, Bruce?
I want to talk about Eric Bischoff putting Tony Khan on fucking high alert blast. Fucking challenge. This is like the challenge that was laid down to Cody, the Bucks, and Kenny that they couldn't sell out a 10,000 seat arena. That is literally how I am looking at this. Do I want to see it happen? No, because this is what Eric Bischoff said. Book CM Punk and Goldberg. You want to book something that's going to sell out Wembley? Book that. Goldberg's last match against CM Punk. Dare you, grab your balls, Tony Khan.
Oh, Jesus.
I don't. Now, I'm looking at this two ways. I'm looking at this as a fan, and I'm also putting on my business hat as my boy Nick from Universal Podcast likes to say. Put that business cap on. Even Devin says it. As a fan, I don't want to fucking see this match. Would I mind seeing CM Punk in Wembley? No, not at all. Do I want to see Goldberg? No, not one fucking bit. I'm done. I'm over. I don't want to see Goldberg in a ring again. But if you put, he's right. Eric Bischoff is 1,000% right. Those two names will sell that fucking stadium out. In a business standpoint, you put those two names in a match on a pay-per-view in London, England, Wembley Stadium, that bitch will sell out. It will. All right, Dom, you got that smug look. What do you got?
maybe it'll sell tickets.
From the
Maybe
business perspective, yes, it
But
will
when-
sell tickets.
When we're talking about like a completely washed up Goldberg who shouldn't have had his last 5 matches, and CM
He
Punk
still has his fans though.
who is reported to be back in June, and I don't even want to see him. And thinking about the two of them in a match together because Eric Bischoff said so in 2023 just has me screaming.
What kind of shit is that?
Like, please, can we get? I'm okay with some nostalgia acts. I really am. If they could still go, Goldberg can't, and Punk can just go. He's got such a fucking piss poor, shitty attitude and an ego to boot. And I hate to, well, I don't hate to say it because I love her. Grandma was right all along. I got sucked into the hype, and I got burnt. I ain't going back to that bullshit again. Punk can come back 10 times, and I'm gonna be sitting here like this every fucking time.
He can say whatever the fuck he wants as long as he puts on good wrestling matches.
I'm with De Niro. Easy is bugging the fuck out on this one. See, the difference is when somebody challenged the Bucks and Cody to fill a 10,000 seat arena, and they said challenge accepted, I was excited. When Bischoff dared Tony Khan to do this, I threw up in my mouth a little bit. I couldn't keep it in the throat. It was like,
But think about the pocketbook though. When was the last time?
is AEW going to pay me to watch it? Because if not, I don't give a fuck about how much money they make. I really don't. I'm gonna have to watch it and pay for it.
When was the last time that Goldberg or CM Punk was in England?
I have no clue.
Exactly.
Does England even fucking care? Like maybe Punk, but Goldberg, really?
Again, Wendy said it. He has his fans.
He does, but
yeah,
in England,
hell yeah.
I mean, we know a few British people from our group, and I've never once heard them say anything nice about Goldberg ever.
But again, you have fans in America too. We don't know. No one that we talk to talks nice about him, but he has his fans.
Unless for me personally, unless they're gonna pay me to watch the match, this one's for making the match. This one's if you ask me to pay to watch it. Okay. There's my response. I don't want nothing to do with that. This is why Eric Bischoff is no longer in wrestling, folks. There, I said
it. Wendy, give me your passionate
another media scrum rant. There's
that you want to talk about on this.
I had a thought just now.
Oh boy.
What's Goldberg known for doing? He's known for badly retiring people.
Mm-hmm.
He's known to injure a few people.
What if this is the way to badly retire CM Punk?
What if this is the next Bret Hart situation?
Exactly. You know what? Make me laugh. Book it. I'll fucking watch it now because that would be hysterical.
Yeah, but then if Punk doesn't get injured, you're gonna be so fucking pissed.
Put someone in who has been perpetually green his entire career.
See, this is what I'm saying. Like business sense, yes, but the match itself would be ass.
That's it. That's exactly what I said.
Ass.
That's exactly what I said. It's like as a fan,
wrinkly, greasy, tattooed ass.
I don't want to see this match because this match won't be good. But if I want to make money and I'm sitting in Tony Khan's seat and I want to sell out Wembley Stadium and show the world what kind of product I really have, this is a way to do it.
I guess. I just don't know if he wants that to be an example of his product when it's two people that barely work in his product.
It won't. So, speaking of All In Wembley Stadium,
right?
My boy from that area of the world, Will Ospreay, has gone on to say, I'm going to kind of paraphrase because it's a lot of reading and I don't feel like doing a lot of reading tonight.
I was told there would be no reading and I already had to read a question, so I'm done. No, I'm kidding. I got to keep these live comments.
So sorry. What happened?
Say what? I'm getting to it right now. Will Ospreay. He says,
I'm sorry. You're fine. Oh, that's right. My heart.
Now, Punk versus Omega, maybe. Yeah. I'm with you.
Yeah. But that won't happen because none of the guys will work together. So Will Ospreay goes on to say, I'm a guy that pops in talking about AEW. All the love in the world to all those and its amazing crew. I hope there's an opportunity as one of the guys that flies the flag for England everywhere I go. To do that would finally make my dad proud, Ospreay said, on getting an opportunity to work at the All-In pay-per-view at Wembley. He could possibly sell out Wembley Stadium in the main event.
Yeah. Yeah. A
Will
lot because
Ospreay,
Goldberg would.
he wouldn't, he would. They both would. But I could see
Will first.
Will Ospreay maybe in the main event, maybe co-main event. Maybe against like a Switchblade or
I'll tell you, it would be huge for Wembley. Will Ospreay versus Pac.
yeah.
You want to talk about packing that house? You bring two people from that country, you put them in a co-main event.
Yes.
That stadium will pack. No pun intended, but I guess, since
right.
Oh, pun fully intended.
So Wendy,
maybe slightly intended.
What are your thoughts on Will Ospreay and competing at All In? And do you have a prediction for a match if he does get signed, or a fantasy booking, as I should say?
Yeah, I could totally see that happening because he's like he himself said, he pops in and out. Sorry.
Hey, buddy, we're
My windows are
podcasting
open.
here.
My windows are open for to circulate air so you can hear everything outside. No, yeah, he could definitely. Oh fuck, I would lose my goddamn mind. I would pay double to see that. Fuck that shit. A fantasy booking him though. There's so many great matches he could have. Like,
right.
I would love to see him. Oh, but then he wouldn't be an in and out guy. He would have to be more in than out. Because I just thought versus Orange Cassidy for the what is that the IC
the
not IC
Intercontinental
title?
Championship? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they
That
did that at Forbidden Door, I think.
Yeah, but this would be England, and there would be a higher chance of him winning it.
Yeah, and they have been making Cassidy jump through hoops the last few months, and that one would be maybe the biggest hoop. Like, go defend against Will Ospreay in his backyard.
I think versus Pac would be amazing, though. That would definitely be like holy shit balls.
Yeah.
Although honestly, it's fucking Will Ospreay. No matter who he goes up against, fucking put him against Jay White, Juice Robinson. Put him in some weird I don't know why versus Keith Lee. Doesn't give a shit. He can fucking
put him against Ricky Starks.
Put him against a blow up doll. Put him against a toddler. He'll fucking oh my god, it's Will Ospreay.
Put him against that kid Nicholas that won the tag titles with Braun.
Oh yeah,
and they'll still sell the place out. This is Will fucking Ospreay.
Yeah.
So, huh?
And then there's my 2 cents.
That's your 2 cents?
Blink, blink.
So we all agree that Will Ospreay should definitely be on this card.
Hell
yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Book it.
Yeah.
Tony.
Here's the thing. If he's not on this card, it'll be a fucking travesty.
1,000%.
Absolutely.
The only way I don't see him on this card is if he's injured. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. There's no other reason he wouldn't be on this card.
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely. Even if you wanted to do another match with him and Kenny Omega, that would be huge.
Yeah. Yeah. So earlier in the show, it's kicking it off. Well, the second topic of the night. We heard Tony Khan get fucking blasted. Well, Dalton Castle has come out and had a few words to say about Tony Khan and I believe the purchase of ROH. And we're bringing it back because it was such a popular segment the a couple weeks ago, Grandma Wendy's story time is back.
It's story time with Grandma, baby.
Yes. 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 So, Grandma, please could you tell us what Dalton Castle had to say about old TK?
He said, and I quote, I think it might be clear how much gratitude I have for him, not just in Ring of Honor, but wrestling. And with AEW existing, the world of pro wrestling is better. There are so many jobs, and everyone gets to work, and the fans get to watch a million things. But when he bought Ring of Honor, the big question was, well, what's he going to do with it? He could have just bought it and put it up on a streaming service and used all of the library, but he didn't. We're going for it. There's a TV show. Honor Club is back and running, and it looks great. End quote.
Wendy, would you like to elaborate on that since you got to share in story time?
I was actually thinking about this the other night, and I got like very emotional thinking about it. So if I cry, you'll have to excuse me. No, like I remember when they did the first press conference of AEW. I stayed up till 2 a.m. to watch it on YouTube. And I got so excited for it. I got excited for wrestling all over again in a way that I hadn't been in years. And then when he bought ROH, there was this hesitation, like Dalton Castle said, of what's he going to do with it? Where is he going to go with it? And he's doing a lot more with than we expected. He's being that fan with smart money, and I appreciate that. And I fucking love where Tony's going with AEW, and I love that it's opened up doors for so many people, so many other promotions, and so many other people are getting the moxie to start their own promotions, to push themselves more in wrestling, to realize there's not just one way to do it. It's not just one big company. That's not the only opportunity anymore. There's so much now, and it's amazing. And the fact that he revitalized and revamped a whole ass promotion without changing it so much that we don't recognize it is incredible too. Because he could have taken Ring of Honor and he could have crushed the clay and made a whole new thing, but instead he just said, let's clean her up.
Yes.
And let's give her a second chance. And that's what he did. He repainted the old barn and he said, let's try this again. You know what? Fucking, you can trash talk Tony Khan all you want. I'm going to sing high praises of him tonight and say, thank you, TK, for making me love wrestling again, for everything you've done for it, and for fucking reviving ROH like you have.
Well, Dom.
Wow.
That's what I gotta say.
That was fucking amazing.
Yeah, like that's a tough act to follow. I'm gonna try, but first and foremost, I have to say
that's why I'm letting you go, because I don't know.
Yeah,
what
you
to
don't
say
want to.
right
I
now.
get it.
Exactly. I want to hear what you're gonna say, then I'll weigh in.
First and foremost, I have to say there are people
That's a
that
tough act to follow.
just well, there are people that still to this day say that we are fanboys of AEW or a certain promotion, or we don't like this, we don't like that.
Well, yeah, I am. I'll say it. I don't give a shit.
In the maybe half hour that we've been on, maybe we've already brought up a shitty topic about TK and a glowing topic about TK. That's called a balance in the force, boys and girls. I'm just saying. Now, as far as what Dalton said, I'll be honest, had no idea what he said until just now, waited for story time with Grandma because I wanted to give my gut reaction to it. Now that I've heard it, he's not wrong. And Dalton is like an ROH OG, man. He has been there through thick and thin. He was there when the doors closed. He was there when Tony reopened them. He's been on national television because of Tony. I mean, yeah, it's a little weird that Samoa Joe was the king of TV and now he's the king of the paywall, and that kind of sucks. But at the same time, it would have been the same thing with a streaming service. It would have been the same thing on anything other than network. And maybe there are not networks banging down doors for ROH. Maybe that's the reason that they folded in the first place. So if it's this or if it's nothing at all, I will take this all day because it's like Dalton Castle said, it gives people opportunities, it gives people jobs, it gives people the reason to get out of bed and
Yep.
work and grind to get to a better place. And like Wendy said, I love that Tony went, got it, and looked at it like an old vintage beat up car and said, you know what, if I buff this up a little bit, if I put a little if I tweak this engine a little bit, maybe I throw some new rims on it, this thing will look fucking wild. And that's exactly how the shit is going down.
Yep.
It is the same ROH with some AEW quirks to it that makes it look a little fancier, a little brighter, a little better. And I love that. So if we can continue down that line and progress to somewhere where maybe they do end up on national TV, I'll be more than happy for it. You know, maybe they get a better deal to go to a streaming service or something and get the content and all that. Great, cool. But if it's this or nothing, I'd rather have this, man. I am an ROH fan. I have been since the day they started. And I am not going to stop. So I'm glad I got something to root for.
Yeah. All right. My turn.
Mhm.
It really has been, Bakley. Shut up.
My turn. So I don't know how people can always crap on Tony so bad when the wrestlers come out and say stuff like this. I think it was like a month or two ago. We had I can't even remember who it was that was giving Tony high praise, and we talked about it on the show. You know, it's awesome. And you know, the thing that I really appreciate about what Tony's doing for ROH is he's doing their weekly shows during Dynamite. So basically what I've realized is that Dark has officially completely moved to Universal Studios,
Right.
and ROH took their spot on Wednesday nights. So you get the ROH weekly show with a packed fucking house.
Yes.
You know, and it's not like when they used to see it, because when we used to watch it, it was small little arenas. I mean, I remember the one pay-per-view they put on YouTube for free. It literally had 6 people in the crowd.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Literally at the.
It was sad. It was so sad.
Holy shit!
It was like a few thousand-seat arena with like a dozen people in it, maybe.
And it wasn't even COVID.
No, it was pre-pandemic.
Like, Tony Khan has done so much for ROH, and it's awesome. I like it. Like, I enjoyed ROH in its inception, and then there was a little while where I stopped watching, and then I went back to watching for a little bit, and then it got really bad, and I stopped watching again. But Tony's got me wanting to watch. Just because of the little things, like you said, Dom. It's the little things that the tweaks to the quality of television it puts out, the lighting, the opportunity of being in front of a packed crowd instead of a few thousand people or a few hundred people.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, even AEW has been tweaked a little bit since ROH took over, because we didn't have the scrums till after ROH came in. And maybe for Punk fans that was a good thing, but they're still cool. And then we went from the buy-ins to the AEW 0 hour like ROH pay-per-views always did. So instead of getting this big bloated, you know, yap 2-match 2-hour thing, now we have an hour of just here's some wrap up, here's a couple cool matches. All right, let's start the show.
Yeah.
And all that happened after he bought ROH. So it's kind of one and the other, just taking little bits and pieces of what work for each other and running with it. And that's cool.
Absolutely. So now that we've got that out of the way,
like Kingo versus Gringo Loco, I gotta see that.
Yeah, that was on Ring of Honor.
I haven't seen that. I haven't seen this week's yet, but I gotta.
So let's have a little fun. So, guys, you know, everyone in the chat, I want you guys to play along with us. We're getting ready to play another amazing round of Would You Rather here on Top
It's that
Rope.
time, huh?
What time is it? Game time! Boom!
Yes, yes, it is.
Indeed.
It's game time. So
Go
the
for it.
last time we played, the last time we played a round of Would You Rather, it was the gimmick infringement round where we all had to pick gimmicks. So this round of Would You Rather is introducing making a new fan of wrestling. So introducing a new fan to wrestling, and these are the scenarios that you guys
So we're
get dealt.
converting casuals.
Oh man, I misunderstood you.
Pretty much. Casuals are never watched before.
You know,
Okay,
Brian, it
okay.
was like you showed up as soon as I hit the clip.
These are the only ways that you can get them to see their first ever clip or match or show of wrestling.
Okay.
All right. Would you rather show a new fan the finger poke of doom match,
Okay.
or show a new fan the drunk Jeff Hardy match versus Sting?
Ooh.
Oh.
This is the first thing they're ever going to see in professional wrestling.
And you think some casual is going to convert because of one of these?
Hey, this is your choice, Wendy.
You have a great strain somewhere in the house. I can tell.
This is hard. I'm gonna go with. You know what? I'm gonna go with the finger poke of doom. Less depressing to me than drunk Jeff Hardy.
Okay, Dom. Gauge my IQ. Drunk Jeff Hardy, easy.
I'm struggling with this one because I kind of hate both moments, but
yeah, right.
Like drunk Jeff Hardy against Sting was depressing. The finger poke of doom was
depressing.
Fucking disgusting. I mean, there are people that point back to that moment and say, and that's when WCW fell.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And you may be right. I mean, it was a bunch of things, but that was what kind of kicked off the downhill slide. So I guess if I had to pick one, if I have to, I'm gonna go with Bakley. I'm gonna say drunk Jeff versus Sting. It was depressing. It was hard to watch, but at least they had an actual match.
Not about match, but okay.
Not exactly, for me, but it wasn't just.
For me, I'm going finger poke of doom. Easy. I don't feel the need to show someone intoxicated in the ring.
I agree with that.
Okay, well, it seems to be the majority, because even Brian is saying the finger poke of doom was morbidly funny and quick and painless. Drunk Jake the Snake Jeff Hardy or Scott Hall was so depressing and painful. Okay, fair enough.
All right, here we go. Here's another one for you guys. Here's a good one. Here's one that you guys will be like, oh shit, I don't know. Would you rather show a new fan TLC 1, the very first TLC, or show a new fan HBK versus Razor Ramon IC ladder match 1?
Oh man, as bad as that first question was, like this one, holy shit.
Hey, that's pretty good.
God damn, this is a tough choice.
Okay, I got it.
All right, Grandma, you go, because I'm still thinking.
It's the most obvious thing because of where my heart lies.
Oh, I know where
HBK Razor Ramon.
Woo! Wow. Okay.
It's my hometown boy and my dad. I gotta show him off. Okay. It wasn't the best, but we gotta understand. To be fair, it was the first, hence historic and iconic.
Okay. I think Bakley's agreeing with you because he said ladder match, but they're technically both, but one had tables and chairs. I think he agrees with you, Grandma. And you know what? I kind of do too. I love both these matches. Yep. Like I would go back and watch either one right now.
Yeah, me too.
But as a young psycho, HBK and Razor Ramon kind of like hit me in a place that I didn't know existed, and then it was just developed and nurtured in a bingo hall. So it all kind of started right there. It was like this. Look at this shit. Is he flying off top of a ladder? Fuck. And plus, it had Wendy and mine's adopted dad in the match. Like, I can't go against a bad guy.
Okay. So I'm actually gonna disagree with you guys. I'm gonna go with the TLC one. And here's the thing: it's not that I don't like the HBK versus Razor IC ladder match, but I just think that the TLC match has more to pull you in as a first time fan. And that's how I'm looking at it as someone that's never watched it. If I watched it, I would, if I were to watch HBK versus Razor as my very first match, I'd be like, okay, this is cool, and I would like it. But the goddamn TLC one would have friggin' sucked me in so hard, and I would have been like, oh my god. So that's just how I looked at it, because even when I wrote that up, I was like, God, how am I gonna pick this?
Yeah, there's not
How?
a bad answer to this one. There really isn't a wrong answer for sure. But there's not a bad answer. Like even Brian is saying,
No, you're right. You're
one of the best matches of their career.
Cage
Real
my
talk,
IQ's right.
my wife had a wait, if it wasn't for the
ladder
she would
match,
get it to you. That's true.
That's
true.
very true.
But real talk, when my wife first started watching wrestling, it was back in like 2001, 2002, and shortly after that, HBK started making a comeback. He had that big mat street fight against Trips and all that, and she had never really seen him. So the first thing I did was go back to my like old tapes because this was pre WWE Network, and I pulled out the ladder match of him and Razor, and I said, "This is HBK." And she sat down and watched it. She went, "Holy shit, is he still this good?" I said, "I have no clue." She's like, "He was amazing." I know, right? And she became an HBK fan from watching that match.
Yeah.
So I kind of lean towards that one for that reason. He's my adopted daddy.
I get it. No, I get it.
I
listen. There's
brother. What's up, Travis?
Honestly, there's no wrong answer with that question. Like in my opinion, it made it more difficult because both matches were so great and so historic. So here we go. Would you rather, Devin, I want you to get in on this one. Would you rather show a new fan WrestleMania 1, or would you rather show them SummerSlam 92?
Ooh. That's a good one.
I'm going SummerSlam. That was just an amazing show. As much as
92 card, as much as I'm remembering off the top of my head because I haven't had a chance to look it up, that was fucking stacked. Like, don't get me wrong, WrestleMania 1 was good, but I'm more partial to WrestleMania 3, so it's kind of hard to pick that one. We're like SummerSlam 92, one of my favorites all time. So
yeah,
I gotta go with SummerSlam 92. Damn it, high class.
Wendy's doing her homework right now. She's looking at the
up.
cards.
I can tell.
She's looking at the cards. I know what she's doing.
Glasses. She's looking it up on her phone. You can see it right here.
Yep. That right there is the reason why I picked that SummerSlam is because of Bret Hart and Davey Boy.
Off the top of my head, but I can't remember the whole thing. But I do remember SummerSlam 92 being one of my favorites. Are you muted?
Huh? Wendy?
I am muted. We're doing SummerSlam 92.
You're going with 92? Any specific reason? Or because that's what the card, you saw the card and liked the card?
I saw both cards. I'll be honest. I was looking at both cards and I was thinking about it.
Researched while she was on mute.
Definitely had some really tight matches in there. So I'm going to do that one. That was definitely a good one.
Okay. Here we go, Dom. This one's just for you. It's got ECW in it, Pa.
ECW.
ECW.
Okay.
ECW.
Would you rather?
The president says 92. Okay.
Would you rather show a new fan December to Dismember, or show a new fan In Your House Great White North? Two very, very fucking horrible pay-per-views.
Yeah.
Very horrible. All right. This pains me. I was so pumped for an ECW question, and this is kind of not. But here's the thing. I can barely go back and watch December to Dismember.
No.
Because you know how I said the finger poke of doom was like WCW's downhill slide, like the beginning of it?
Yeah.
ECW had a little bit of heat from the one night stands and returning to television and all this. But by the time we got to December to Dismember, and by the time it played out, it was a whitewashed, wannabe, great value WWE show. And I fucking hated it with a ball-breaking passion. So the other option, the in your house northern whatever that was, that's the one I'd show them.
The Great White North.
Never want to. The Great White North. Thank you. Anger. It just fell out of my head because I would never want to watch that show again. So I damn sure I'm not going to put anybody else through.
Okay, Grandma actually helped me with this one without knowing she was helping.
That's
me
why
with
I love
this
you,
one.
Brian. He's gonna spare my heart and choose in your house, my man. Shout out to the chef. My compliment.
I'm gonna have to go with In Your House. I mean,
Grandma.
shitty cards all around. Let's be real, both of them. But at least this one, I get a double helping of my dad, Razor Ramon. I guess I can't even say it enthusiastically. It's just, I guess. I mean, fuck.
Like, do I want a double dose
to?
of Daddy Razor or a double dose of the Big Show? I'll take Daddy Razor all day.
All right. Would you rather show a new fan HBK versus Bret Hart 60-minute Iron Man match, or show a new fan Bryan Danielson versus MJF 65-minute man Iron Man match?
65-minute man. All right, why don't we let Bruce answer this? Because I know where he's going. It'll give us time.
It's definitely Danielson and MJF for me. And it's not just because of me being an MJF fan, but that match was fucking amazing from bell to bell.
It was. Yeah. It was
from bell to bell to bell
to bell
to bell.
That is correct.
But, you know, we had bell to bell to bell to bell in the other match, too. And, oh, my God, that match was my childhood. Like, I could still picture Shawn Michaels on his knees hugging that title and tearing up and hearing the boyhood dream has come true. To the point where in that Iron Man match Brucey spoke of, MJF hits a super kick and then does a Shawn Michaels pose in an Iron Man match. So if MJF himself is going to pay tribute to the man that paved the way, I'm going with Bret Hart and HBK.
Okay. All right, Wendy. Wendy, you're not freezing on us now.
What?
Yeah. What is it? Exactly. Come on, Wendy.
It's hard.
I know.
It's so hard.
That's what she said.
She said. Jinx.
She's just being nice.
I broke her.
We're all a bunch of fucking idiots here.
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
What are you picking? What are you picking?
What do you got, Grandma?
Wendy, what do you got? Wendy.
Bruce.
Wendy, make a choice.
Hang on, I'm laughing. I can't see my videos.
I'm gonna.
God damn you.
Oh, Wendy!
Yes.
It's so hard. I want to say HBK because, you know, that's my hometown boy. But that MJF Danielson one was fucking amazing. I'm going to say MJF.
That's what I'm talking about. That's my little brother.
Okay. Enjoy your time with the little ooses. Full blown oos.
Would you rather show a new fan All In one, the very first one
Okay.
that we spoke about earlier, or
Mm.
show a new fan Double or Nothing one.
Ooh,
Mm.
that's tough too.
Mm.
So you're basically choosing between the inception of AEW and the creation that was AEW.
Yeah. Okay, question.
Yes.
How long is our fans' attention span? Because All In goes for a while.
It's whatever
like a
you want to
6-hour
show.
show.
What would you show
was.
them?
Oh man, again, this is tough because I love them both, but I am a lifelong diehard wrestling fan, and I think if I had to show somebody for the first time one of those shows, I'm leaning towards Double or Nothing because it was a little shorter, it was a little more put together and produced and sweet, and then I mean, like just between 2 points, like yeah, Cody and Aldis was great at All In, but Cody and Dustin, holy fucking shit! Like that's one of my favorite matches in AEW history, hands down. Maybe wrestling history, modern at least. So if I had to, I'm gonna go with Double or Nothing. If they'll watch both, I'll let them. But Double or Nothing.
Okay.
And Brian agrees. Okay, thank you, Chef.
Wendy?
Bruce.
Wendy,
Bruce.
what's your
Bruce.
choice?
This is
Are you
hard.
are you researching?
No. What? No. No.
No.
What do you got?
Her?
What do you got?
I'm almost inclined. You know what? No, not almost. I will. I will go with the first All In. It was the rebirth of wrestling for me and the return to my first love, honestly. My first nerdum, if you will. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna go with. We're gonna sit there all 6 goddamn hours. We will take breaks in
Yes.
between.
See, I would
There
happily
will be
sit there.
potty breaks in between, but we will be sitting there for all fucking 6 hours. I will be commentating on all 6 fucking hours.
I
But
would be
this is
happy to
fucking
sit
happening.
right next to
Doing
you
it.
for those 6 hours, Grandma. No lie.
Fucking happening, man.
It was such a good show, but
Fucking
that's the thing
happening.
for me. Like All In was good, but Double or Nothing was what kind of got me reignited and ready for like wrestling, AEW, the whole nine. Like, let's fucking go at the end of the show.
So
That's definitely what All In is.
I'm
I get it.
I'm with Wendy. I'm choosing All In, and I'm choosing it for the fact that there's an opportunity on that show to get fans interested in New Japan
Mhm.
and
Yes.
in other companies,
Oh yeah.
AAA, because it has all it had Okada and Skrull was an amazing fucking match.
Yeah.
Amazing match.
Oh,
Oh my
absolutely.
God,
You
yeah.
know,
And
and you
AAA
had
was represented,
Jericho
Impact was there.
versus Omega, you know, so
Mhm.
I mean, NWA was clearly there because Aldis
Nick
defended the title
Aldis.
and
Yep.
lost. You know, I mean, it had everybody but WWE that night, which is why it was probably like 6 fucking hours long.
Right. Even Plastic Knees was on the pay-per-view.
I know, dressed as
He was
Wolverine,
indeed.
right?
He was.
Yep.
Mhm.
Okay, here we go. We got 2 left. So
All right. Happy with it.
would you rather show a new fan Cody versus Brody dog collar match
Oh,
or show a new fan MJF versus Punk dog collar match?
ooh, another good one. Another good one. You know what? I love them both. I love everybody involved but Punk. But I think if it was a new fan in memory of Brody, I would probably show Brody versus Cody dog collar.
Okay.
See what and who that man was. Brody was very underrated throughout his career and definitely gone too soon. And I think a new fan needs to know that, understand that, where it's like you can still you can definitely see MJF again. You can probably see CM Punk, and you can turn
Yeah.
on Monday nights and watch Cody every week. But Brody,
But we're not
you don't
gonna
get that
yeah.
opportunity anymore.
Okay.
So for that
I
fact, I'm
respect
going
that.
Brody Cody.
I respect that. Wendy.
Cody and Brody, heads down. It was a damn good one, and the way it went down, fuck yeah, it was awesome. Cody and Brody.
Yeah, even the build to it when Brody destroyed him and Cody
Yeah.
came back looking for blood, and he didn't have blonde hair. And then all of a sudden, when he came for the match, he had it again. It was like, wow.
He had blonde hair, yeah. We're even sitting down to watch the build up to it.
Yes,
And then
we're
we're
watching
gonna
the
watch
first match and everything that ensued from there, like Brandy
Yes.
getting choked out, Cody going to the hospital, then coming back,
We're watching
all
all
that.
of it.
We need that
That
whole
was
ass
such a
saga.
great story.
It really
Yeah, it was.
was.
It really was.
It really
But you want to
was.
know what story was really fucking good and probably should have won story of the year?
Here we go.
I don't know, Bruce. What story was really fucking good?
Let
and
me
probably should have won
guess.
story of the year?
MJF versus CM Punk. Come on. You know, listen, you can sit there and sigh and make fun of me and do all of this stuff, but that fucking story with those two was hands down amazing. Fucking amazing.
It was very good, but
And
compared to
Wendy,
Cody,
you sit down there with your judgy face and your judgy eyes because the CM Punk was in this match. But I remember after that pay-per-view, some little brother of mine came on this very show and said,
I don't remember any of this, by the
"Well,
way, and I was here.
even just because CM Punk was in that match, it was still amazing. You'll never hear me say that again." I think
I don't
it was
remember
something
any of that,
along
and I
those
was
lines.
here, so I think he's making.
I mean,
it
yeah,
up.
I'm not gonna disagree entirely. You know, like
Entirely.
it was fucking great. I love the ass whooping that MJF laid down, but
Oh, it was wonderful.
it's
But
Brody, man. It's
But
was it as good as Cody and Brody throughout? Oh, come.
Hell to the no, to the no, no, no.
Come on.
at the end of the day, both of these stories leading into these dog collar matches was fucking amazing.
Yeah.
But when it's all said and done, I have to go with one of the most amazing wrestlers on the planet Earth. And I got to go with Brody and Cody because it was Brody Lee's very last match, and that man was amazing and was so underrated for so many years in WWE.
You got me, and I love it.
Oh,
I was about to start fighting you, and then I heard Brody.
well, you got us.
I'm like, God damn it! In the spirit of Brody Lee, I'm fighting you on this one.
All right.
And you swerved me. Damn you, Brucey.
Last one. Very last one.
Let's do it.
Would you rather show a new fan Nick Gage versus Matt Cardona GCW Deathmatch title?
Okay.
That was
Or would you rather show a new fan Nick Gage versus John Moxley deathmatch for the GCW title?
Sheer violence.
I just wanted to make Wendy squirm in her seat on this one.
It's like saying, do you want to make a casual fan puke, or do you want to make them puke twice?
I'm just gonna go because I already
fist fight. I'm gonna fucking fist fight. Like,
all right. I'm just gonna go because Wendy's gonna need her time. It's for me. It's definitely Gage versus Cardona. Yeah. And if you guys want to listen to a great podcast episode, plug for a famous guy here on Chris Jericho podcast. When he was on his cruise, he had a deathmatch panel with Sabu, Luther, Ruby Soho, and Matt Cardona. It was awesome.
And Matt Cardona. That was a little weird, but okay.
He's a deathmatch king.
Yeah, now
he is the king of the deathmatch.
Dethroned Gage. You know what? Just for that, Cardona Gage.
Okay.
You know, just to be
dethroned Gage, it was fucking sickening and fucking brutal. I'm here for it. Either
Just
way,
to
though,
be-
for me, it's a win-win. There's blood
Yeah.
and violence. It's a win-win for me.
just to give them a little bit of love, I'm gonna go with Mox and Gage because both of
Okay.
them were great, brutal matches. But when Moxley and Gage get together and throw down, those monkeys make beautiful, bloody art.
Yeah.
Those
And,
monkeys.
and
What are you, Lord Frieza? Monkeys.
I'm glad you caught the reference. And honestly, I would tune in for that any time of the week. I love the shock value of Matt Cardona, but the warfare that Mox and Gage can just create every time they go is
But Moxley isn't the king of the death match. Cardona is.
sure.
Cardona is now the king of deathmatch. Yep.
Yes.
Sure is,
Didn't
man.
Moxley beat Cardona for that title?
No, he never lost it.
Uh-huh.
Matt Cardona is the king of the death match.
Yep.
Okay, so
So
I just want to say this. Tony Khan, I am so sick of you playing fucking hot potato with the TNT title.
oh shit, are we gonna get
Will
that?
Hobbs deserves better. I am a
Yes.
Wardlow fan, and I kind of see where they're going because it's sounding like we're going to get a new version of Arn Anderson's Four Horsemen or a trio
We're gonna
version
get Pinnacle
of
back together
no.
without
We're gonna
MJF.
because here's the thing: when I saw Penta come out in that match in a suit,
That was cool.
in
Yeah.
a suit,
Yeah.
like I was like, oh my god, they literally just gave us an indication that there's a great possibility that we're gonna get Arn Anderson with Wardlow and Pentagon, plus maybe one or two other guys. That is an amazing faction, but Wardlow did not need to win that title. Will Hobbs deserved a longer run. They have been playing hot potato with that title for a while now.
Mhm.
Not quite like day to day or week to week, more like every couple of months. They don't need to.
No.
For AEW, that title is losing so much prestige right now.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone talks about that with WWE titles, but they're not talking about it with AEW. And I am.
There
TNT
there's
title has
so-
lost its luster.
There are so many people
Mhm.
out there comparing the TNT title to the 24/7
24/7.
championship. And it's hard to try and defend the TNT title when this type of shit happens.
I don't even try anymore. I don't even try to
much.
defend it. I'm just like, yeah, it's the
Yeah, even at first I
same
was like,
shit.
well, you know, Wardlow had it for a while. Let Joe run with it. And then Wardlow
Every
got
time
it
someone
back.
comes out with it, I'm like, and here comes our truth. Any moment
But
now.
but I mean, literally, Wardlow won it on a Sunday and then lost it on a fucking Wednesday. He had
Yeah.
5 fucking days, and then Hobbs kept it for like a month, maybe
Mhm.
max, and then he loses it again to Wardlow. You could have solved all of these. You could have avoided all this by just letting Wardlow keep that title from
Yeah.
like win the triple threat against Joe and Hobbs, move forward, kind of like you're doing with Orange Cassidy right now. So we know they can book it. They just haven't. They've just been, oh well, it's going to jump from here to there, wherever. You blink your eye, there's a new TNT champion. That's some 24/7 type shit.
Yeah.
You know, I did appreciate Joe in the King of Television. Don't get me wrong, but it should have been just okay. Wardlow takes his title back, keeps it for a while, then we go to Double or Nothing or something, and Hobbs takes it, and then at least there's okay. Joe had it for like 3-4 months, then Wardlow had it for like 3-4 months. Now Hobbs is going to take it, and who knows how long he'll keep it. That would have been one thing, but then it's Joe, then it's Wardlow, then immediately it's Hobbs again, then turn around and it's Wardlow again. It's like, what the fuck is going on?
Yep.
Yes. Wendy, anything you want to say? I know your grown man love won the title, but how do you feel?
Thank you, bro.
What are your thoughts?
I was actually kind of annoyed by it. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
is it really necessary to just flippy flop it? Like, it's you got. I mean, y'all said it all. It's really lost its luster. It's not It's not that special. Like Brian said, it lost its shine after Brody Lee. It's a joke. I take it
Yeah.
less seriously than the Divas title.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, it's funny, but it's not wrong.
Wow.
I can't even say she's out of line. She's funny, but she's not wrong.
No.
That's a
Like, it's
low
not that
blow.
it's not that special anymore. It's
No,
just
it's not.
a
They
giant gold.
need. I'm sorry, Wendy. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No. Yeah, I'm done. I'm done.
They need an Action Andretti to win that title and keep that bitch for 5 or 6 months to
Yeah.
get it back on track.
Or they could let
Yes.
Will Hobbs do that.
Yeah.
Hobbs was up and coming. They had kind of wrote him off after the triple threat, and then he was having his little backstage book of Hobbs stuff, and then he jumped back in and got a faction behind him and won the title. And they could have rolled with that for a while. They chose not to. And Hobbs is the man, dude. He's huge. He can move. He's everything that you would. He could be everything that Big E was prior to the injury, if they let him.
Like the only logical explanation that I can put for this is Hobbs is injured and needs surgery, but he could still compete in a match to drop the title.
Yeah.
Maybe
That's the only thing that I can think of. That's it. That's the only thing. Or he got hurt during the match.
Yeah. I honestly don't know. It just feels like they book it this way, and I don't get it. Because like I said, look at Orange Cassidy.
Mm-hmm.
And the man goes through these wars like week in, week out, and he retains his title somehow. And it makes him look stronger. It puts a shine on that belt, and then the TNT title comes up and they do this, and it's the complete opposite. And
Yeah.
I don't fucking get it. I mean, yeah, is it variety? Sure, but is it necessary? I don't think
It almost feels disrespectful to Hobbs because
Mm-hmm.
it's like they didn't give him a chance.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. That's why I think. That's why I wonder if he's hurt.
I mean, I guess
That'd
we'll
be the
find out.
only real explanation, really.
So
So
someone made a deal with the devil on
yes,
AEW
they
Dynamite.
And it
Someone
apparently paid off
made
handsomely.
a deal with the devil. Now, here's the thing. That deal with said devil is going to lead to the fatal 4-way match.
Yep.
At that next pay-per-view. That's what's going to happen because MJF has basically said it's going to be Sammy Guevara and MJF in the main event.
Yeah.
And because he screwed Jack Perry and because he's going to screw Jungle Boy.
You mean Darby?
I think
Darby.
Yeah, Darby. Yeah, Jungle Boy. I already said it. Darby, that I think old TK is going to make that fatal 4-way happen. And we're going to get it. And I'm enjoying the ride. Let's just say that I am highly enjoying the ride since the 4 Pillars started this storyline, and I actually am glad they held this storyline until MJF held the AEW World Title.
Yes.
Yeah. No, it's the timing is great.
He's the perfect shit-eating heel for it too. Like the other 3, Sammy, is a piece of shit, but he comes off to the audience as redeemable. Jack is fucking Jack. He's fucking cute and everybody loves him. I fucking love that kid's hair.
Everybody wants to pinch his little cheeks.
Exactly. And Darby, as much of a piece of shit as he is, the kids fucking love him because he likes turtles. So they fucking.
I was gonna say because he loves turtles. Yeah.
They fucking
yeah.
And then there's MJF just being a fucking
wrestling god.
Yes.
Sure.
He's the dude that fucks your mom and you wake up the next morning and he's sipping your Capri Sun and eating your Lunchable, telling you eat shit, like
I like
you fucking hate him.
He's that kind of fucking heel. And so he's definitely the perfect one to hold the title out of all the 4 pillars for this story. Because he gives them that drive to want it.
I
trying
think that
really
was the
hard not to
nicest
crack up.
thing I've ever heard you say about MJF.
I'm trying so hard here not to crack up because I'm getting a mental picture of like MJF
Because
in one of his gaudy robes with like a Lunchable and
seriously
a
though,
Capri
like
Sun in the kitchen.
I can see this motherfucker sitting in someone's
Yeah.
kitchen. When the kid comes down and like the kid opens the fridge and he walks over and pushes them out of the way, takes the last Capri Sun and takes the last Lunchable and then sits down and just starts eating and drinking in front of him and says, "Ha ha ha, fuck you." Yes,
Right?
I
Not
can
even the
so
good
see
morning.
that.
Not even the
Not
good
even a
morning.
good
What the fuck
morning.
you looking at, you know?
He's like, hey, I
He's
banged
just
your
flipping
mom
the
last
kid
night.
off
Now I'm
while
eating
he's
your
drinking the
Lunchable.
kid's
Your mom was just
chocolate
shooting
milk
late and
straight
chose
from
your
the carton.
breakfast.
Okay. Dom,
Brizzy.
where you at with this deal with the devil?
I mean, I
Man.
kind of loved it at first because it squashed this whole, at least for the moment, this whole beef that MJF has had with Sammy since the days of the Inner Circle. Like Sammy left the Inner Circle because of MJF.
Yeah.
And it turns out he was right about the guy, but at that point nobody gave a fuck.
Mm-hmm.
So it kind of squashed that. It apparently made Sammy rich, and he's a newly wedded man, so you could use that money. And at this point, it looks like it will drop him in a main event spot until, as Bruce said, and I agree, someone like Tony comes out and says, "No, we're not going to do this. Like, this is going to be a fatal 4-way now. Fuck you guys." And then MJF's going to ask for his money back, and Sammy's probably going to punch him in the face.
Well, let's be real.
And there we go off to Double or Nothing, you know?
It seemingly squashed the beef. But let's be real. When you make any kind of deal with the devil, it's gonna come back to bite you in the ass.
Mm-hmm.
One way or another. They may look like they're buddy, but come on.
Are they?
We know
though?
better. We know
They're
better.
buddy, but they're buddy because that check had a lot of zeros in it. That's not exactly the kind of buddy you want.
I'm just
like
saying.
nobody pays me to show up with Bruce and Wendy. Okay, I'm here on my own free time and will.
Mm-hmm.
You make a deal with the devil, you got to be willing to pay the price.
Yeah.
Dance with the devil. You better get ready.
That's right.
And you better know how to play a fiddle. Oh no, wait, that's a whole other song story.
Yeah, that's something completely different. Okay, y'all. This last week's Dynamite was actually pretty friggin' loaded, and I highly enjoyed it. I thought it was a great episode of Dynamite this week.
It's like TK knew it was my birthday, so he made it extra special.
Exactly.
So you better not
Exactly.
fuck
Are we
it up,
still
TK.
talking
Watching.
about this? Are we still really?
Yes.
It's fucking
Yes.
Friday, and we're still talking about your birthday.
It's
Grow
Wendy's
the fuck
birthday
up.
weekend, damn it.
Leave the fuck up.
Oh, why don't we just give her a birthday month or a birthday year?
Goddamn right.
I would. Who's down for a year of Grandma Wendy birthday parties? I'm in.
I'm
yes.
kidding. I'm kidding.
I will
I'm
bring
kidding.
the first cake.
So Dom, you've been a very, very big advocate for this man, as well as we all have, but I think you more than me and Wendy. Let's talk about the Jay White debut that we got to see against Commander this past week on Dynamite.
Oh man, I gotta tell you, it was nice to see Jay White show up. Commander put on a hell of a show. Almost stole the show.
I can't
from Jay
stand that
White.
fucking guy.
I'm not a huge fan of him. Like if he tries to walk those ropes one more time, I'm gonna trip his ass up because he does it way too much. But he is talented, and he definitely kind of stole the show a little bit from Jay. But it also proved like Jay can take an absolute licking and keep on ticking because Commander threw everything at him, like shit he might have never seen before. And at the end of the day, Blade Runner 1, 2, 3, deuces, I'm gone. Like that
Bullet
that is
Club
a,
Gold.
Yup.
Exactly. That is a more impressive debut to me than if he would have came out and say like squashed Fuego del Sol in 8 seconds.
Yeah. No, I mean,
can do that. Anybody.
Listen, I think I would have rather seen him fight Takeshita than Commander. I think that would have been a much better match. Not saying that we got a bad match because we didn't.
No, not at all.
as
I mean, I like Takeshita better than Commander anyway, so I'm
like
with you. They
like
were kind of using him for something else that night. So
yeah.
Yeah.
Just because I say I don't like a certain wrestler doesn't mean I don't respect them and what they do in the ring. I hate Commander, and he's a good wrestler. He's a great wrestler. You know, he deserves the spotlight, but he's just not my style. Not for me. Jay White. Jay White never ceases to he's never disappointed me in any match I've watched, even if it is against fucking Commander.
Yeah.
I will say
the match
this.
was incredible.
I,
I don't like Commander that much, but it really was a damn good match.
the only thing I was disappointed with at the end of this match is that Sean Spears didn't join the Bullet Club. Instead,
would've been
he
great.
attacked Juice Robinson. When I saw him in the crowd, I was like, oh my God, Sean
giving out the
Spears is
ratings
going to be in the
to-
Bullet Club. This is going to be the greatest night ever. And then he decided to jump Juice Robinson, and then they kicked the shit out of him, and my whole night was destroyed.
I like the combination of like the Perfect 10 and Pretty Ricky. I think that's a nice blend.
No, because Spears is a better heel. He's a better heel. He works better in that role, like he was with MJF. You know, he can be that guy for Jay White and Bullet Club Gold. You know, he's a good balance to Juice Robinson's fucking craziness. And God damn it, can I just say how amazing Juice Robinson got after he left NXT? Oh my God.
Man's come a long way.
Can you say dropped the ball?
Yeah.
Because they dropped the ball. I'm glad. What was it? CJ, what was he in NXT? I'm so glad that dude died and went away and we got Juice Robinson, because that man is fucking gold.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Now I will say, to be fair, that even Juice in interviews has said that he wasn't ready for that position in NXT, and that going to Japan and recreating himself really gave him a better understanding, you know, in and out of the ring. And so I think he had to fail there to go somewhere else to learn to succeed, because they don't really do that in the PC. You know, they're just like, get in there and do a promo clip. What if I can't cut the promo? Get the fuck out.
Yeah.
We got 900 other people here. Get the fuck out. Where you go to New Japan and they will start you at the bottom and work your ass up. And you could see the work that he put in if you followed his career from the beginnings of New Japan throughout all the way through to the Bullet Club. Because he's reinvented himself like 5 times.
Yeah, he has. And this version that he is right now with Jay White is by far my favorite.
So good.
By far.
Rock hard, baby.
That's right. That's right. So we've got one more topic before we close this down. And I'm actually reading the last segment that I had written out, and I don't want to talk about that. You know, something that I want to get your guys' opinion on, and I'm not sure how well of an opinion you guys will have on this. I've been listening to Jericho's podcast a lot. Actually, I think I listened to like 4 episodes this week, and that's fucking crazy for me. Yeah, that shit's crazy for me. What'd you say?
No, it's funny because I've been listening to a lot of Freddie Prinze Jr. myself.
Oh, but I hear. So, I hear Jericho talk about Pat Patterson a lot.
Okay.
You know, and how he was in creative and stuff like this, and then I hear Chris Jericho talk about all the stuff that he does behind the scenes. My question to you guys: when Jericho retires, do you see Chris Jericho being the Pat Patterson of AEW?
Oh, hell yeah.
Yes.
As much knowledge of the industry and experience and Not to mention, look at the talent that he's already worked with at AEW. There's some of the top stars in the company, including Britt.
Mm-hmm.
And so for him to be able to focus on that and booking and talent and that sort of thing, I could see it being the next Pat Patterson. I could see
Yeah.
him being what JR was to WWE in its heyday. I could see him being anything he decided to be. But Pat Patterson, yeah. I mean, the dude was good. The dude was great at what he did. One of the
Yes.
greats. I think Chris Jericho could be as great if he was willing to put his mind to it.
And I think having wrestled all over the world as is definitely beneficial to AEW or whatever promotion he works at, because he understands business savvy of other countries and he's able to work with them better.
Because he's worked in all those other countries.
Yes.
Yeah, he's been in Mexico, he's been in Japan. He understands it, and he understands their styles of wrestling as well.
Yeah.
And he's respectful of it.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I really do think he could shine there.
Yeah.
Hey, good morning, broadcast. All the way from Australia just to say what's up.
Australia.
I love you. Shout out to Tom.
That was the
King
worst
Cruiser.
Australian accent I've ever heard come from a
It really
Mexican
was.
person.
Sweet shit, dude. It was pretty damn good.
I used to be that guy that tried the Australian accent in front of the Australian, and then I just stopped because I knew I couldn't do it. I was like, no.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it's come now time for an announcement.
Announcement time.
Yes,
I
the
just want
teaser is out. Now we get to drop the whole thing.
Hold on. Hey,
Yeah.
I stole the keys to De Niro's time machine.
Ooh.
Next week,
I still got
That's a
plutonium in the closet from the
DeLorean.
last time he came on.
next week,
Yeah.
we all get in the DeLorean and go
We
back
all
in
take a ride.
time.
Yeah.
In next week's episode, we will be reviewing WCW's Bash at the Beach 1997.
Holy
I was
shit!
11 years old.
I'm gonna be in high school. Yay!
I am going to be a sophomore once again.
I'm gonna have a Mustang again. This is gonna be sweet.
I'm gonna have light up shoes again.
I get to rock my Zubas.
Well, with all of that being said, that big announcement, next week's big review show, we're all jumping in the DeLorean and heading back in time. Thank you, De Niro. Oh, De Niro, I may even slide by in your car in your DeLorean and pick you up for the episode.
Yes.
I may be a nice guy, Pa. So, with
Don't
all
forget
of that
Wednesday
being
next.
said, and the amazing news for next week, there are two places on Facebook where you can find us. One is Top Rope Wrestling Talk. That is our group. That's where we have our threads, our forums, our fun, our memes, our gifts. That's where we talk shit and have a blast. You want to
Yes.
find anything Top Rope Wrestling Talk podcast, you can find us on the Bloodline Entertainment Network on Facebook. That is the page. That's where you can go on there and you can get everything, all the links, all the what are they called? What the fucking
Articles?
Clip?
yeah. No, the
Reels?
clips. Yes, the clips. I had everything down packed in my head and how I was gonna say this. I was even getting in fucking character.
It's all right, homie.
yeah,
They don't
all
make
that
Beano
stuff
for brain farts. We've all been there.
But no, you can find everything from sports, movies, wrestling, UFC, baseball, basketball, fantasy, anything. Check us out on on our Facebook page, the Bloodline Entertainment Network. Then you can also find us on Twitter at Top Rope WT. Just hit us up and we talk wrestling, we talk shit, and there's we're friends with a bunch of other podcasts and they hit us up as well, so you can check them out. You can also find us on Instagram. Yes, we are the worst Instagram handle of the Bloodline
Oh, yeah, we
Network.
are.
of all time.
And listen, right here. I hold that and wear that badge of honor that we have the worst Instagram handle on the Bloodline Network until Dom has to read that freaking.
I love it.
Here it is. It's at top_rope_wrestling_talk. Check us out on there. And Wendy.
Bruce.
Tell the world where they can find our back catalog.
They can find our back catalog on anchor.fm/TRWT or TRWT in parentheses, a Fox and John on the YouTubes. There you'll find all of our back catalog. Anchor.fm will take you to all of our old podcast episodes. The YouTube will take us to all of our old videos. And then from there, if you want to check out, well, actually, I don't know what else you can check out. Merch man, where can we check out merch?
Are you waving a wand at us right now?
I feel like Grandma is disciplining us. Like bad boys.
Yeah, like
it's Walter's favorite. I like to play with him.
I don't know how I feel.
Toys. For
Listen, you play with the devil, you sleep with the devil.
I do indeed. Walter, who's that over there?
The devil.
There you go.
All right, Dom. Merch.
Yes,
Back on track. We're trying to end this shit.
Of course, we are a Bloodline Network exclusive. So follow the Bloodline anywhere on social media, including Twitch, at The Bloodline ENT. You can also check out the website, thebloodlinenetwork.com, for all of our past videos, exclusive articles, about me sections. The list goes on and on. Hit up that sexy ass website and check it out. You will fucking thank me later. You can also search for us on Spreaker. You can see the website here. It will also be in the description of the episodes on YouTube and on our audio podcast platforms. Please come find it. Come download our stuff. Come find your favorite platforms. Do whatever you got to do there. iHeartRadio, the whole nine. And of course, last but not least, if you want to get some of this merch, if you want to send me to WrestleMania 40, it's simple. Go to trwtmerch.threadless.com and you will see all of our logos pop up. If you click one of those logos, you will find a vast array of everything that logo can be placed on. Everything from tumblers to coffee mugs to cell phone cases, magnets, buttons, stickers, beach towels, bath mats, hoodies, shower curtains, onesies, t-shirts, leggings, slip-on shoes. The list goes on and on and on from there. But again, go to trwtmerch.threadless.com. Get yours today. Send me to WrestleMania. I gotta get to Philly for this. I gotta be at the link. I gotta see ECW inducted at the link.
Won't happen.
It's gonna happen.
Paul Heyman inducted at least.
Yes, that can happen.
And there you go. Short, sweet, to the point.
Wendy.
Bruce.
Say it.
Stay fresh, cheese bags.
Dom.
Enjoy wrestling, boys and girls. If it's not your cup of tea, let somebody else drink it.
Well, deuces, bitches.
Bye.
Think about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward.